So I think we're good to go. All right, ready? Okay, everybody, welcome. My name is Rachel Garcia, and this is my husband, Javier. We've been married for 25 years. We have a 15-year-old and 18-year-old boy. And when we first found out about what you're hearing about, they were 9 months old and 3 years old. So we've been involved with this company for 15 years. I practiced medicine for 20 years as a PA. And we're going to share with you a little bit about why we think this company is so amazing. Whoever invited you, they think it's amazing as well. They have a story of their own, I can promise you, but we're going to share a little bit of our story and then tell you a little bit about the company. But I'm going to let my husband start. He popped up here so that he can tell you guys what his thoughts are.
Well, guys, welcome, first of all. So when we first started this business, it was brought to our attention by her two brothers. And I knew about this type of business model from college, and I wasn't too fond of it. I was skeptical, and I didn't think it would, I wasn't all on board. I was really against it. So we already had two business. I was a general contractor. My wife was running office selling all cosmetical products. And so we were just like, Rachel, I mean, God, we didn't even have time to go home and, spend time with our children. So, but she's very passionate about it. And, when someone's passionate about something, you can't hold them back. So I was like, go for it. You got 6 months. If it's going to work, well, I'm on board. If it's not, I'm not. So, man, it even took 6 months for me to be on board, because after literally weeks of her starting this business, we started seeing amazing checks and amazing testimonies from people how their health got improved. But for me, the biggest thing was like, all of a sudden we got this. Our first trip was to Hawaii, to Maui, Hawaii, and I was like, the company just spent $25,000 to take us as a couple there. And I'm telling you, when we do trips, they're top notch. They're amazing, and they really take care of you. And with me, I'm like the kind of person, I like to see results before I'm all in. And this company has results, not just with the amazing products that we have, but also with the income that you can make in this company. Also, I love the products, especially the GPS line. I'm 51 years old. I, go to the doctor once a year because I'm a veteran, a Gulf War veteran, and the VA, to keep my bedside, I got to do a yearly checkup. And my blood test is like incredible. Like when they see the doctor says me, "What are you doing? You're 51 years old, and all your blood tests is off the chart." And I said, I just eat good. I got a good wife that treats me well. But anyway, I just want to leave you with this. So take this seriously, because you could definitely change your life, not just financially, but also your health. I mean, I'm an old guy, 51, and I'm stronger than I was when I was 25. So yeah, this is a real thing, and I'm glad you guys are watching this video and this presentation.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Awesome. All right, guys. So I like to have my husband share his perspective, because, I talk about it so much and people sometimes need to hear a guy's perspective. And my husband was not on board at first. He never saw me as it was. At the time, I was working full-time practicing medicine as a PA in Ponte Vedra. I had just opened a skincare retail store. He had just opened a construction company. We just invested $50,000. A lot of money in each of those businesses. We just had our second baby. So we had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, and he never saw me. And so it was like, all of a sudden I started something else. And he's like, "What are you doing?" So he was not a fan, as he said, until his check started coming in. And so I will tell you what attracted me to this, because I had no time. What attracted me to it was the health aspect of this. My nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism in 2008. And I sat with my sister as the doctor told her, he will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. And I had so many questions. As a PA, I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. I really like to research. So I'm researching. I'm not Googling, and I'm not on Wikipedia, guys. I'm like going into Medline. You have to have like logins to get to the real medical studies and like, what is autism and where did it come from? And I learned nutrition is really important. And I kind of went overboard, and Javier built me an organic garden, and I had one of those big old juicers, and my vegetables were going bad because I worked 16-hour days. And I was trying to supplement at the health food store. And oh my gosh, every time I would go in there, some guy would walk up to me and be like, "Can I help you, ma'am?" And he works minimum wage, didn't graduate from college. No, I don't need your help. I did all my research before I came in. I know what I need. So I was spending a lot of money on supplements, and I wasn't seeing results from that, but I wasn't expecting results either. I mean, I just knew from the research that nutrition was important. And so my brothers called me and say, hey, you've got to look at this company. And I was like, I mean, like Javier, we're like, no, we're not interested in doing anything else. And they said, we know you're really into nutrition. We'll just check it out. If it's not for you, fine, but just know what you're saying no to. And that made a lot of sense to me. So I was like, fine, I'll look at it. And within minutes of watching the presentation, I recognized truth. They were talking about getting the toxins out of your body. They were talking about getting alkaline. They were talking about pouring plant-based nutrition in. They've used these products in the system in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. And my mind is going, 30 years is a long time. Like, I can't out-research that. I started comparing some of what they had to what I had. And I'm like, this is really good. So I called my brothers in the morning. I said, give it all to me. And that's how we started with this in 2008. And so the results were very fast and very amazing. So this is what I look like when I was super healthy, Rachel. And I'm telling you, if anybody asked me if I needed help with nutrition, nope, I had it under control. And I've been doing this 15 years now. Every day I meet somebody who obviously is not healthy, or maybe they look healthy on the outside, but they've got their Tums or their Advil PM or whatever their self-medicated thing is in their purse that they're hiding. And I thought I was healthy. I struggled with insomnia. I struggled with constipation. My son struggled with constipation, and I could not get the weight off after that second baby. So when I called my brothers and said, give me everything they have, I wanted it for my whole family. So I got what they call the family package. And 6 weeks later, some massive changes began to happen. My husband's extreme depression and anger issues were gone in 6 weeks. This picture is actually 3 months after the first picture. So I lost about 32 pounds in a 3-month period of time. My son was pooping smoothly and easily within a week. My sleep issues were gone within a week. And everyone was noticing my weight loss. My husband had tremendous weight loss as well. But for me, it wasn't the weight for him that was such a big deal. It was, he was no longer coming home screaming and yelling or depressed. And I was encouraged to put him on an antidepressant by his family members. I'm like, I see what that does to people. I'm a prescriber, by the way. I wrote 200 prescriptions a day in 2008. I was like, I don't want to go down that road of starting with one tiny little pill. And then 3 months later, you're on 3 pills for all the side effects from the one tiny little pill. So for the depression and anger issues to be gone, marriage saving. I mean, we were at that 10-year mark of marriage at that point. We're now at 25 years. But the big thing for me was my nephew. He went from being nonverbal, screaming all day, unable to communicate with him, to speaking in complete sentences within 3 months. And this was my wake up of what the heck is this? What happened? And I dove in and I learned everything I could about it. And I began sharing it. And as Javier said, what caught his attention? It wasn't his mood changing. It was the checks. Because he knew how hard I was working on the skincare store. And he was working so hard in the construction company. And it was 2009, construction company starting to tank. And these checks just start coming in. And I'm not spending a lot of time on it. I was making one phone call a day saying, Beth, I know we haven't talked in a while. You need to look at this. But I've learned that people are attracted to one of two things. They're attracted to the health aspect of that we have, because sooner or later they figure out you better take care of this. Or they're not happy with the results they're getting at the doctor's office, or they're really frustrated with their spouse's health or their parents' health or their kids' health. And they're doing the Google searches. They're asking the guy who makes minimum wage at the health food store, or they're looking for an increase in their income. They're in debt. They don't know how they're ever going to get out of their credit card debt. Every Christmas, it gets worse. Every vacation you take, it gets worse. You just can't get ahead, and there's no more hours in your day to go start another side gig. So I want you to think of this. This is really big, guys. I want you to imagine that somebody came to you in the year 2000 and said, hey, there's this thing, we're spreading the news about it, and you can get stuff shipped to you really fast, and you can get a fantastic discount online instead of going to Walmart or Target. All you got to do is get a membership. And if you get a membership, you can order these products at a discounted price. And if you choose to tell others about the membership, you're going to get a percentage of what everybody orders for the rest of their lives who gets a membership because of you. Or even if you told somebody who told somebody who told somebody and they get a membership, you're going to get a percentage of what that person orders. Would you have done it? I don't know. It sounds kind of weird, right? Amazon, is anybody ever going to order online? I mean, who would ever thought that Black Friday shopping is all done online now? At least a large majority of it is. I mean, I order my groceries online now. Would you have realized what you had your hands on? See, that's what this is like here today. They started to spread it by word of mouth. And I have friends who sell makeup and jewelry on Amazon, on their Instagram accounts, on their TikTok accounts, and they make, I'm not kidding, 6 figures a month doing that. Okay. Imagine doing that, but just sharing to a few friends and family members. See, what makes us different from anything else out there is we are for everyone. It's not like my skincare store that was just for the ladies. It's for every man, every woman, every child who has a body. This is what this product is for. And I wish, like I said, someone had told me this. If you're looking at getting started in a business, you want to make sure that your customer base is large. It's not just the children. It's not just the women. This is for everyone. You want to make sure it's consumable, right? We have friends who sell Cutco knives or vacuum cleaners or Pampered Chef. One-time purchases, guys. Those businesses struggle because you're constantly looking for new customers. If your product is a consumable product, and that means that you consume it, and when you run out of it, people start freaking out because they need more and they repurchase on their own, you've got something good. That's what we have here. See, 93 out of 100 people who start with one of our starter packages choose to repurchase on their own. That's very powerful. What really makes us different? We're 15 years old. No one's heard of us. We're debt-free. And we're starting to explode. We've never gone on social media before. And I live in Jacksonville, Florida. There's 2.1 million people in the area I live in. Like the population, probably less than 500 people even knows that this company exists. The opportunity here is huge. 2% of companies that start are still in existence 5 years later. So 98% of companies that start, if you've gotten started in a company, it just started this year, last year, the year before, you have a 98% chance of failure. Okay. We've made it to 15 years. And Phil Knight, one of the wealthiest men in the world, is one of our investors. Also, people like Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Warren Buffett have gone on record saying this business model is brilliant for anybody who's looking to create an additional income stream because of the low overhead, because of the low startup costs, and because of how little time it takes and how you can leverage your time making money while you're sleeping. I started the skincare store and we started the construction company because I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad in 2008. I was in the OR on Fridays, cutting cancers out of my patients. My boys were with their nanny, calling her mom, and it was driving me nuts. I had plenty of money. I didn't have time. I've gone to school for 8.5 years to be a PA. I'd spent $100,000 on my education. I loved what I did, but I was missing my boys so badly. And, you know, I read something the other day that by the age of 10, you are probably, those are the 10 years you will be your child's favorite person. After 10, their friends begin to get into their lives and you're no longer going to be their favorite person ever again. And I was recognizing that I was missing out on these important years. So I'm thinking, how do I get this time back with my kids? And I told my husband, we got to jump, we got to do something. And we opened the skincare store, we opened the construction company. And now I have less time than I had before. And then I stumbled into this business because my brothers asked me to watch a video and I thought I was doing them a favor. You can imagine my surprise when Robert's book, The Business of the 21st Century, came out in 2010. And he said that this business model was the business of the 21st century. Actually, my CPA said it as well. When he saw the charge on my credit card, he goes, "What's, can we write it off?" I was like, "No, I just bought a bunch of food. I can't write it off." He said, "Paperwork." Came back and said, "This is probably the best investment you ever did. And yes, we can write it off." He was right. Don't argue with the person who sees everyone's bank accounts. He knows what makes money and what doesn't make money. We will teach you how to make money while you're sleeping. I was very intrigued by the fact that it started in the clinical practice. They had such a long waiting list for people to get on this system that they said, you know what, instead of hiring a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads, we're just going to pay people who choose to tell others about it. So it's word of mouth advertising. You know, I recommend books and restaurants all the time. I just recommended 2 books on my TikTok page today. Do I get paid for that? No, we all do it all the time. We're not going to recommend that a friend goes to a bad restaurant and gets food poisoning, but we don't get paid for movies and restaurants. This is very smart that they decided not to pay a marketing firm, but to pay people who love what they offer to share it with others. Here's what I believe. After 15 years of being involved with this company and 20 years of practicing medicine, I've learned a lot. And I believe that almost every health issue we face are the result of 3 things. And I'm talking dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ADHD, psoriasis, eczema, diabetes type 2, you name it, carpal tunnel syndrome. It's the result of these things. We are toxic. We are lacking in nutrition. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting food in Tupperware containers in the microwave. And our cancer rates are skyrocketing. Our food is getting sprayed with guys wearing suits like this, and we don't understand why we're getting more sick, why there's more cancer than there ever was. We're being poisoned. We're out of balance. We don't sleep enough. We don't exercise enough. I love to talk about the alkaline acidic balance and how out of balance we are because we start our days with meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, 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 and it's making you acidic and your body wants to get over here. So it's going to get there. It's an amazing machine. We just like pair it up our whole lives because it can take so much pressure. So we keep treating it bad and treating it bad and treating it bad. And like your car, it's got signs that go off like 10,000 miles, time to take me in. The air pressure's low, time to take me in. Oil's running hot, time to take me in. We have signs too, guys. Not sleeping well, can't lose weight, can't fall asleep at night, hair's falling out, not pooping multiple times a day. You should be pooping 2 to 3 times a day. These are you're toxic, you're not focused, you're mad all the time. You don't know why you're mad all the time. These are signs that you need a servicing. I'm going to show you how to get a 30-day servicing with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee of results. We're undernourished. We're not eating the food we should eat. The studies are showing it. It's worse in our kids. And I'll tell you, whatever's in your genetic pipeline, whatever your parents struggle with right now, Alzheimer's, heart disease, Parkinson's, if they're still here, it's going to hit you. I mean, it's your genetics, guys. Faster than it hit them, because I guarantee you you're moving less than they did. You've gotten less nutrition in your lifetime than they have. It's going to hit the kids faster. But I can show you how in 30 seconds in the morning, you can get more nutrition than your whole neighborhood gets in a week and cleanse the toxins out. The educated people have been supplementing for a decade. The uneducated people jumped on board throughout the pandemic. We're all, take to make sure I don't get the virus, right? So we all have this selenium and zinc and vitamin D and vitamin C. And when you Google, like, build my immune system, whatever pops up to the top is just people who paid SEO, search engine optimization guys, a lot of money to get their site to pop to the top, right? That's who you're buying. So you throw it in your pantry, you use it here and there. You can't tell when you take it. You can't tell when you don't. You definitely don't travel with it. We travel with our stuff. Our first trip without it, oh my gosh, we went to North Carolina to see my mom. My husband was a wreck, riding home and screaming and angry, then crying. No one's pooped, no one slept. I'm like, we are never, ever going anywhere again without these problems. And there are some people who go, oh, you just need to eat a healthy diet. Wrong. This is old news. We've known for over a decade that you cannot just eat a healthy diet. You have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition that our grandparents got from one of each of those things. Okay, you can't eat your way out of this problem. The answer is cleanse your body of toxins, balance out your pH, build your cells up with whole raw food nutrition. We have 7 channels we eliminate through. You've got to cleanse out the junk. Your liver, your lungs, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. They are overworked. They are working harder than your parents' cleansing organs worked, than your grandparents' cleansing organ worked. And the body can only take so much, guys. It's an amazing machine, but it can only take so much. You need to service it. You got to cleanse all the toxins out. And our system cleanses them all out over a 30-day period. And then you pour, at the same time, you pour the plant-based nutrition in. Okay, but typically, Americans spend more money on our air conditionings getting serviced, or here in Florida, my gosh, if one breaks, you're totally dropping $8,000 to get another one. Servicing our cars, I just spent $6,000 servicing my car at the 30,000 mile mark for the filter and the oil and the brakes and the tires. Oh, but you spend $289 on to service your body for 30 days. I can't afford that. You get one. It's an irreplaceable asset. You get one, but because it can take the trauma and the beatings, you let it go. And you guys, your kids are watching you. How do you treat yourself? Do you work out? Do you sleep? Are you on your phone all the time? Do you eat good food? Watching. You're setting them up for failure, or you're setting them up for success. When we first got started with Pure, we weren't in the gym all the time. I'd kind of given up on the gym because I couldn't lose weight. We've now been in the gym for 15 years, every single day. Guess who else is in the gym? My boys are 15 and 18. They are in the gym. You're going to see pictures of them in a minute. They've seen what my husband and I do. They're also entrepreneurs. They don't understand why this business model isn't listed as a major at the university that my oldest one is going to. He's like, I don't get it, Mom. Why does anybody want to trade their hours for dollars and work 9 to 5? Why don't they all do what you do? Because they've seen the time freedom. They see the checks. They see the trips. They go on the trips. It's real, guys. We have a whole medical advisory panel. I know every single one of these doctors. They all use these products in their practices. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. That's what we've all used for years to write prescriptions. This is a big deal, and it's real. It's not some fly-by-night thing, a spray or a patch here today, gone tomorrow. It's not like that. This is food. Genesis 1:29. Everything you need comes from the ground. We have over 50 products. This is our starter package. It's a 30-day servicing. You take it 30 seconds in the morning, 30 seconds at night. It's called the Core Plus. There's 6 things people typically notice when they take it: better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowel habits, better mood, and weight loss. I lost 32 pounds in 3 months. I lost 3 pounds my first month, and then it just kept going. If you're over 40, if you're on prescription medications or you're self-medicating, you need the Core Plus, the Core Complete, I'm sorry. It includes the 4 superfruits, each of which have been used for thousands of years: the Himalayan mountains, the Polynesian islands, Brazil, and the areas where they're grown naturally. It's been used there for medicinal purposes, studied in the US for the last 3 to 4 years with clinical published studies on each of these superfruits. You need them. If you're over 40, you need them. Do it for 30 days. Okay, the average person after 30 days feels amazing, and they go forward with 2 to 3 products. That means they spend $100 to $120 on average of their own accord, because they can tell when they stop taking it. See, me and the doctors, we're not here because of the 30-day results. We're here because of the lab results at month 3 and month 4. You heard my husband, he's 51, he's Puerto Rican. His doctors are blown away every time he goes in. I remember his very first colonoscopy, his mom was like, "Oh my gosh, we don't have good colonoscopies in this family. He's gonna have polyps, he's gonna have this." I was like, "He's gonna be fine. He's been fine." Doctors don't understand it because most 50-year-olds are on 5 prescription medications. He's perfectly fine because he's been taking these products for 15 years. How do you take them? Well, this is my little Camden. Look how cute he was when he was 8. He is now 15. But they've been taking it via smoothies or shots since they were little. It's 30 seconds in the morning, guys. 30 seconds in the morning. We have educational videos teaching you how to put the Mila, which is our omega-3 fiber product, into protein balls and into smoothies and into applesauce and into yogurt and into ketchup and into honey for those kids on the spectrum who won't consume it. We teach you how to consume it. My boys are asked daily, "What do you consume? How do you gain so much muscle? How do you look the way that you look?" My boys are educators of this, and we have multiple peer kids who've been taking this since they were born that hit the ages of 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're making their own videos. This is powerful, guys. So if you're looking to have a change in your own life or in your children's lives, don't look any further. If you're taking supplements and you can't tell when you take them and you can't tell when you don't, you need to make a switch. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. We have loads of videos educating you on how to take the products. PureLifeChangers.com is a wealth of information with the doctors educating on the products and so much more. Check it out. We have a metabolic reset system, which includes all of those Core Complete products, plus some fat boosters and metabolism burners. We teach you how to eat every 3 hours so we can turn your metabolism back on, cleanse out the toxins, pour the nutrition in. The weight loss that we see on that program is amazing. We also have a skincare line that I would be remiss to not mention. Straight from Korea. It delivers what the Koreans are known for, which is glass skin. That's pore reduction of pores, brown spots lightening, fine lines lightening, plant-based, all EWG ingredients. That means it's non-toxic. That's what we're all about in Pure. No, people reach out all the time. "Do you have any soy in your products?" No, we don't have soy. Soy is bad. We don't have it. We don't have any of the bad stuff in our products. Okay, it's all the good stuff. The results with our Sensia skincare is what's so crazy. Now, within 15 days, 95% of test subjects say I'm in. And I have friends that are social media influencers with 100,000 followers who sell over $1 million worth of makeup, specifically makeup, a year, who are on board with what we have. This is one of them, recommending it to their customers because of the results that they see in such a small amount of time and the fantastic price point. Okay, so if you're interested in like, is this for real? Some of you are watching on here right now. Use the little search box on Changing Lives with Pure. Type in migraines, ADHD, cholesterol, whatever it is you struggle with, alopecia, hair loss, type it in. Look at the media section. Pull up all the photos that have been posted. You will be blown away. And if you're watching this live, ask whoever invited you to add you to this page. It's a wealth of information. My goals have changed over the years. I went to PA school to help people. Medicine's changed. You know that, right? Medicine's changed. And I began to feel like I wasn't helping people in the medical world, writing all those prescriptions. I began to feel like I worked in a factory, a money-making factory. And so when I found this and I began to see tremendous results, not just in my nephew, but in literally everybody who consumed the products, I started to share it with others. And this is what would happen. I would sit down with somebody and they would be, tears rolling down their eyes. "I need this so bad. My daughter needs this so bad. My husband needs this so bad, but we can't afford it. We can't afford $289. I grew up in a family of 7 children. My parents got divorced when I was 14. We lost our house. right after the divorce. And we literally had no money. I worked from the time I was 15, at least 2 to 3 jobs at every given moment, all the way up until PA school, when they don't let you work. I'm not a fan of not having money. And so I did all the things. I got into PA school. I got in one of the highest paid specialties after PA school and made more money than most doctors. But I had no time. And so I did everything I was supposed to do, but and now I had the money that my mom didn't have, but I had no time. And so I am on a mission to teach people that you don't have to be broke, guys. If you don't have multiple streams of income coming into your house, I hope you figure out other streams of income. I've helped thousands of people earn weekly checks. It's not difficult for me to help you do. Okay. But I'm looking for 100 people to help lock in $10,000 a week. Why? Because those 100 people will partner with me and we will change millions of lives. We will help millions of people get out of the sickness to wellness and get out of broken poverty to thriving. And people who thrive are able to give back and change the world. We are world changers. This is the future. People, if you're going to get involved in a business, you need to think like, okay, all those things I talked about earlier, is it going to be here in 10 years? E-commerce is the future. Everybody's buying online. Everybody who has a body is going to be into health and wellness at some point in their life. If they have a little dog who's struggling with heat rashes or joint pain, they're looking for health and wellness. We have it. Clientele will never go away. Okay, so if you're interested in the products, livepure.com, go throw it into your shopping cart, whatever you want. I love the family pack. It services the whole family. If I had just serviced Rachel with the Core Plus, I don't think I'd be here today. I would have lost 3 pounds in 30 days. And yeah, my sleeping would be better, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here because of my husband's results and my nephew's results. And people will be like, oh, when I first started, is it really real? Does it really work? Oh, that's just a scam. All these things I'd heard. Here's what I know. Bo didn't speak. He wasn't potty trained at 3. Introduced Pure. He's potty trained in speaking. The only difference between non-speaking Bo and speaking Bo was Pure. I don't care what you say. I didn't care what people said in 2009 about it not being real. I'm like, my nephew is speaking, so I'm telling somebody every day. Now I've seen tens of thousands of stories like Bo's, like my husband's. I mean, every day I get a new story, and we have lots of them on that Changing Lives with Pure page. If you're looking for a health change, guys, look no further. If you want your whole family to be healthy, do the family pack, a 30-day servicing for everybody. Throw the Reset Plus in your pack, whatever it is you're looking for. When you go to check out, choose to be a preferred customer. Okay. At the very least, you get 25% off. There's no obligation to ever buy again. There's no membership fee. Get signed up for the Smart Ship program. It makes the products cheaper as you go by in the future. But if you're looking to make an extra check, if you're worried about the $289, if you're thinking of someone who needs this, choose to be a brand partner. Really. Kristen and Skip looked at this in 2018. Kristen was working in corporate America over 150 nights out of the year she was out of the house. They have 2 small girls at the time. She had missed their elementary school years and their middle school years. Skip was essentially raising them. And she walked away from that job and said, I'm done. I don't want to miss out on my girls' high school years. That month that she walked away, she watched a presentation like this. Now, Skip watched it too. And Skip did business with this guy when Skip started his business. See, this is one of our investors. He is the founder of the largest shoe company in the world, and Skip made a lot of money partnering with him years before. And he said, anything this man touches turns to gold. If he's involved, I'm involved. They got started and they made $30,000 in their first 9 weeks, and Kristen knew that this was where she needed to be. And both of her girls have just graduated from high school, and she spent all 4 years at all of their events. Life-changing. Not only that, she has the biggest team in my organization. She's helped the most people earn free trips, earn checks. She is a tremendous leader. Does everybody do that? No. But one of the people that Kristen helped, Cozy, had just lost her husband to cancer, was raising 4 kids by herself, plugged in with Kristen and myself, literally just inviting people. Hey, you got to watch this video. Hey, you got to watch this video. They had questions. She plugged them into Kristen or I. She made $32,000 in 12 weeks. Lindley and David sat down one Sunday afternoon, called 50 people, invited them to watch a presentation like this. 20 watched, 13 decided to buy products, 3 decided to get a family package, and 6 months later, they made $102,000 from the 3 people who decided to buy the family package, plugged into our VIP program, plugged into our mentoring program, our coaching program, and off you go. Really, all you need is 2 to create uncapped income. Josh and Ashley were $30,000 in debt. They used their mortgage payment to get in with the family package. and went on to make $30,000 in 5 weeks to pay off their debt. Then they started buying real estate properties with the positive cash flow they were getting from Pure. Now they have 12 real estate properties plus their Pure income. Totally different place in life. That is not a problem for them anymore. You have to jump at some point. Was that scary for them to use their mortgage check? Obviously, I'm sure it was very scary. But Josh got on the phone and started calling and inviting people to take a look. How do we make money? Well, my friends who are social media influencers, they just post on their page that they're pooping every day and they get 50 customers just like that. It's kind of crazy how they do that. But if you have 20 customers who order 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. Maybe that's your neighbors. Maybe it's your family. I don't know who it's going to be, but I can teach you how to get those customers. That's what we do. When you partner with us, it's kind of like purchasing a franchise. We plug you into this system where we teach you everything. It's not like, hey, thanks for joining. Bye. See, I did that my first 7 years. And Javier and I earned every trip that the company offered, but we didn't help anybody else earn trips. And then I began to feel selfish, guilty. And so then I started investing in myself so that I could learn how to help you when you partnered with me, share it with friends and family so that you then could go on the trips. And we began helping thousands of people earn weekly trips. Hundreds of people we've helped earn free trips. Our teams began growing all over the world. But what I want you to know is your customers turn into your teams. And when I used to be in the OR and I'd be working all day on a Friday and thinking, how am I ever going to get home with my kids? I'd be thinking up business plans and I'd be like, maybe I buy vending machines on the side of the road on I-95. Sell Cheetos and Pepsi and Oreos. This is like that, except I'm selling life. And then when I go to sleep at night, I wake up in the morning and my 2 vending machines have turned into 4 because they watched videos overnight. And then they shared it with somebody. And then they watched videos and they shared it with somebody. That's how quickly it grows, guys. I show this picture for 2 reasons. I want to hit the elephant in the room. Number 1, I want you to understand the timing for whoever invited you. Whoever invited you is building 2 teams. The first 2 people that join them go on the first 2 legs of their team. Whoever joins next goes under those first 2 people. Whoever joins next goes under those 2 people. So in this instance, Kara and Jen are set up. Okay, even if they do nothing with this business for 5 years, every single person that this top person puts in over the next 5 years, whatever orders are placed are going to go into a bank account for Kara and Jen. Even if they don't know Linda, and Linda begins to build the business and tells Stephen and Jason's orders going into a bank account for Jen. So really, Jen just needs to find one person who decides to plug into our system and share it, because the person who shared it with her already built one of her teams. Can you find 2 people, guys? My gosh. But I also like to hit the elephant in the room. Oh, it's one of those things. I knew it was one of those things. Somebody said this to one of my friends yesterday. One of those pyramid things. What do you mean by that? You mean like a scam, like a scheme, like what Bernie Madoff's in prison for? Why would Phil Knight be associated with something like that? He's the 34th wealthiest man in the world. Pyramid schemes are when people take your money and then they promise you money back, but you get nothing for giving your money. See, this is they just took out the middleman. And so you're paying the company for products, and then they give you a commission for telling others about it. No, I don't mean it's a scheme or a scam, because we would have been out of business in 2 years if that's what it was. No, I mean the person at the top makes all the money. Oh, you mean like your job? You mean like my job, where the doctor made the most, then the CFO, then the doctors, then the PAs, then the nurses, then the secretaries? PAs can't ever make more than doctors. I was called into the office 3 times about that. Nope, that can't happen. You mean like that? Secretaries can't ever make as much as the CFO. No, it's the opposite. I make more than the people who told me. I make more than the people who told them. So like Rachel is way down here at the Leah. I should put my name down here. I'm way down here and I make more than the person who told me. Now, do they get a little bit of a cut because they were involved in telling me in some way or another? Yeah, and they should. They opened their mouth and they shared it with me. But do they make more than me? Why? Because I've been consistently sharing this and mastering how we can share it to the masses as quickly as possible. There's no cap to what you can earn here, guys. I have people who make $10,000 a week. I have people who make $10 in 3 years. And honestly, the majority don't make a lot of money here. Why? The majority don't call somebody every day. I teach you how to spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week on this. It's simple, but it's not easy. Why is it not easy? It's the same reason going to the gym isn't easy. I think this is easier than going to the gym. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. What do? You call people and say, hey, you got to get on this thing. It's amazing. Can you jump on tonight at 8 o'clock and take a look? I'm going live every single day between now and July 13th, except for July 4th. You can jump on, invite anybody to jump on and take a look. So if you're interested in being a brand partner, $49 to enroll, waived for military and for anybody who comes in with a business package. Monthly overhead is hilarious. You order 3 products a month, about $130 worth of product. your overhead is covered. If you can't afford that, Aunt Betty comes in as your customer. She orders 3 products. This is covered. So basically you're eating your overhead. I thought this was not a real business. My monthly overhead for the skincare store was a couple $1,000s every month to keep the light bill on, to pay for the lease, to pay for my employees' salaries, to pay the taxes and the overhead. Oh my gosh, it was just a lot. And then you go place your first order. You can order whatever you want. You can start with the $289 Core Plus. I recommend the family pack. If you're looking at the business, look at the family package. Why? Because it's $4,000 worth of product for only $25.69. And right now there's a 10% off deal for today and tomorrow. If you're watching this July 3rd or 4th, there's a 10% off. So you get another $256 off of this. It's a great deal. Okay. But on top of that, you're plugged into the company's special bonus programs, which means if you come in and your sister comes in with the Core Plus and you both tell 20 people and you both have 10 people join at the same package level, you're going to make more than your sister because you're plugged into the bonus programs that pay you additional income for the next 3 months. Same amount of work, a lot more money. Okay. But on top of that, you get into my VIP program. This is a big deal. Okay. I have been doing this 15 years. And I lock arms with the people who are serious. You know, when Josh said, I'm going to give my mortgage check and I'm going to do this, that means something to me. He is all in. He's wanting to make his money back. I want him to make his money back. Partner with him, help him, teach him. I have special Q&A sessions every week, special VIP calls just for these are our VIP people, special leadership retreats that are only for the VIPs. We have all kinds, we have a special website for you, all kinds of stuff just for the VIPs, because I know you're all in and I want you to know I'm all in locking my arm with you. I'm not just bringing you in and saying good luck. I have friends who sell coaching programs online, guys, for $1,000 a month, $25,000 one-time payout. I could charge coaching fees because I've been doing this 15 years and I'm the most successful in the company at helping people earn checks and earn free trips. I could charge for what I do. I give it to you for free if you choose to come in with the VIP program. Family package, it's a write-off. It's your family's health. Get it. You can also start at the Core Plus if you want to. $289, $49 for the membership fee. That's waived with the family pack. Shipping is waived with the family pack. But you will get plugged into our online system that you can follow. You just won't be in those special VIP calls. How do you make money? You start to share it with others. You call people, we teach you what to say. I don't want you telling anybody yet. We're going to teach you what to say. And then we launch you. We work through your questions and make sure that you know what to do. And if you have 4 people join at the same level that you joined at, you'll make $2,800. And now you've paid your investment back. You've got your family's health for free. And now you're in the positive cash flow. Now, it might take you 4 years to find 4 people. It might take you 4 hours to find 4 people. I don't know who you know. I don't know what your history of integrity is. I don't know how social you've been in the past. I don't know if you just got out of jail or not. I don't know who you know. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know if you're going to do this 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I know it's possible because I've seen it. I've been doing this 15 years. livepure.com, guys. Go throw what you want into the shopping cart, choose to check out, and choose to be a brand partner. If you like free trips, these are the 50+ people we helped earn the free trip to the Amalfi Coast of Italy last year. This is the trip to Greece that's going in September. These are we have a lot of people going. I'm just going to quickly jump through these people so you can see their faces, all walks of life, all ages. We have dentists. We have real estate investors. We have Justin's a financial advisor. Allison is the social media expert. Tara's a pharmacist. We have so many people. You can't go to Dr. Jones's eye clinic in Tennessee without hearing about Pure because she's seen the radical changes. Like my nephew, Bo, this is what the eyes look like. They then get on the Pure products. The eyes look totally different under the microscope, behind the microscope afterwards. She's like, everybody needs to be on it. These are the kinds of people that we have on our team that have earned this free trip to Greece. Janelle and Darren are a part of a Love Justice International, which stops sex trafficking, which is partnered with Pure in the last 12 months so that orders of products go to Love Justice. These are the kinds of people we have partnering with us. Jenny's a teacher who struggled with such bad bowel issues. She wouldn't even drink or eat until 1 o'clock every afternoon because it would cause her to be in the bathroom for 3 hours. That's all changed. Monique owns a hair salon. Sydney just joined like 6 months ago. I've never even met her. I don't know her story, but she just earned the free trip to Greece. Andrea is an occupational therapist. John Adam is a entrepreneur, owns a trucking company. He's also a farmer. Shelby's an occupational therapist. Susan left corporate America to build Pure. Will is an internationally recognized trainer and speaker. They've earned every diamond trip, including Bora Bora, Italy, Hawaii. These people are amazing. Susanna's brand new to our team. Welcome, Susanna, just earned the trip. Our next trip is to Switzerland. It was just released here at the beginning of July. If you're watching this and you like free trips, Like my husband said, there's nothing like it. I can promise you this. If you don't make a change, nothing's going to change. Nothing will change. You don't change. So a lot of times people say, I need some time to make a decision. You do? Actually, typically people need information to make a decision. So I'm staying on to answer your questions. So whatever questions you have, I'm an open book. I really am. Ask your questions. I'll point you towards something sometimes to take a look. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. And that's totally cool. The business is not for everyone. I do believe the products are for everybody. I don't believe you can find better products than what we have here. So I encourage you to get back to the person who invited you. Let them know where you're at. Don't go into the witness protection program, guys. Please. Like, it's hard enough for them to call you. Just get back to them. Let them know where you're at. I'm actually going to stop the recording, but I'm going to stay on for a minute on the live channels as well. I can't see your questions if you're not on the Zoom, but if you're on the Zoom and you have questions, type them in the Q&A, please. We had a ton of questions yesterday. Today is Monday at 8 p.m. My next live is going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Just so you know, we're going live every single day for the next 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks now. So I'll be waiting for your questions. The first one's coming in. And yeah, the time issue that so many people struggle with. Yeah, that was my problem. And what I've learned is actually a lot of the people who do really well here are go-getters. Like myself, I worked 16 hours a day. I barely had time to take a shower. I was looking for time freedom. Particularly looking for time freedom. I just made a phone call a day every day on the way to work. If someone had told me to sit down and make a list and call everybody, because if I did that, it would go better and faster, I would have done that. But nobody told me what to do. It's why I've created this whole system that we have, because I didn't have any of that when I got started. Just really believed in the products. And I knew that, you know, if I could change one autistic family's lives a year, it was worth me making a phone call every morning. And I'd be like, hey, there's this thing tonight. Can you watch it at 7 o'clock? And they'd be like, what is it? And I'd say, I have 3 patients. I just pulled into the parking lot. I will call you tonight to see what you thought. If I send you the link, will you watch it? And you know, when I followed up, half the time they wouldn't answer. And I didn't get upset, throw my phone down and say, oh, this business isn't for me. Like, again, Bo wasn't speaking. Enter Pure, Bo is speaking. I was going to call somebody every day. I was going to learn more about this and why it worked so well. So that's, you know, the time thing, we work your way through that. You don't have to worry about that. I see this as God's business. And really, we're just the messengers. We're just trying to get people to the message. You don't have to be the messenger. You don't have to learn all about the products. I know about the products. Whoever invited you knows a lot about the products. We have thousands of hours of videos walking you through the product. So you don't need to learn all that. Here come the questions. Will this help folks who don't manufacture antibodies? So this is what I always say, Rodney, is Pure allows your body to work the way that it's supposed to work. And I've seen people come into this as a customer who have children that were struggling with horrible things, people struggling with autoimmune diseases. They've tried everything, Lyme's disease, lupus. They've tried everything, fibromyalgia, and they get started on Pure. And 30 days in, they notice something. And they're always like, is it really working that fast? Pain reduction is really fast. The sleep is really fast. The bowel issue is really fast. Does it really work that fast? And then it's so fun to watch someone who's really struggling months 3, 4, 5. And then they go to their doctor and they get their blood work and they're like, what? Like, it's amazing. So we have a lot of testimonies, Rodney. I would recommend getting into the Changing Lives with Pure page and type in whatever you want, look at testimonies, but you have nothing to lose. So yes, we do have testimonies of people who struggle with that specific issue. I'm not going to make claims about what will or won't happen, but the reason I walked away from practicing medicine in 2019, because I will just never go back to writing prescriptions again. I will never do it. I don't believe in it anymore. I do believe in medicine. I'm so glad we have it, but it's overused in my opinion. I'd love to know more about supplements, products you'd recommend for ADHD. So Dana, we put everybody on the Core Plus, Core Plus starter package, right? So if you've got a child or an adult, doesn't matter, Core Plus starter package, that everything in that Core Plus is what I would recommend for anybody who struggles with ADHD. Once you finish with the Core Plus, we cleanse all the nastiness out and pour the nutrition in. As you go forward, you'll start to run out of products. So our sulfur will last you 2 to 3 months. Our Goyan will last you a couple of months. You'll start running out of things. You'll probably notice when you run out of the Mila, you'll be like, Mila is one of the ones I can't go without. So I'm not a fan of picking and choosing, 2 or 3 products in the Core Plus, because what we find is, if I give 10 people 2 or 3 products and I check in with all of them, 5 of them are like, yeah, I don't really feel anything. I don't like that. I want to know why. And it's because some of those people are so toxic or so deficient in something that you're not getting that they can't even absorb the good stuff. And so we just put everybody on the Core Plus. It's our 30-day servicing for $289, although it's $28 off of that right now because of the 10% off. So Core Plus, If you're not good with bad tasting things, there's no sugar in our products. So if you're not good with bad tasting things, get the capsule. And sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know if I'm good with bad tasting things. What is your drink of choice when you go out to eat lunch? Is it sweet tea? Is it Coke? Is it Mountain Dew? Then you're not good with non-sweet things. So you probably should get the capsules. I consume the liquid. It's more bioavailable. Your body absorbs it faster. But if you're not going to drink it because it tastes bad, then don't. Okay, another one. Let's go. I want to get started ASAP. Yay, Kaylee, I'm excited for you. Okay, so you get back to the person who invited you, Kaylee, text them and say, I'm in, and they will send you a link, or you can just go to livepeer.com as I showed you, throw in whatever you want into the cart. I recommend the family package, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, 10% off right now. It's such a huge savings. And then when you go to checkout, choose to be a brand partner and type in the name of the person who invited you. I'm so glad that you joined us today. And then literally follow the instructions that they give you, because as soon as you join, you're gonna get a welcome text showing you exactly what your next steps are to start to learn. And just so you guys know, the 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, in the beginning, you're really just learning how to invite. And then after that, like a week in, you're like spending 10 minutes inviting, 10 minutes following up with the people you invited, and then 10 minutes learning. People like to spend time learning in the beginning. No. That does not make you any money. You don't need to do all the learning. You just need to invite. We teach you how to do that very quickly. All right. Well, welcome everybody. We're so glad that you took a look. I will be live again Wednesday night, July 5th at 8 p.m. and Thursday night at 8 p.m. we have a men-led presentation, and we have tons of men who are leaders in this business. And I'm so blessed that I get to work with them. They're on my team. They're all traveling to Greece with us. So they will all be speaking on the Thursday night call. You should jump on that. Okay, take care, everybody.